tour going so far?
This is the fourth show of the tour, and so far it's going great. You know, we first 2-3 days was all about kind of working out any wrinkle, and now that everything is all smoothed out, you know, it's we can play our show without having to think too much. You know, actually.
Yeah. Is there any jokesters on tour?
Oh yeah, we're all jokesters. I mean, Tim Bramley's a big jokester for sure. I mean, honestly, everybody's got a great personality. There's not one guy on this bus that's a dud, which is great.
Are all the openers like usually fans, so all you guys like all together?
Yeah. Well, Brandon White, our first opener, he's one of my projects. He's one of my production projects that I've been producing him for about a year now. And we're going to get him a big record deal, and I'm excited to be ready to go on tour. He is unbelievably soulful and unbelievable artist.
Definitely got to pick one of those. You and Ryan have known each other for, about 6 years or so?
Like 2004.
So how did the whole, backstage thing happen?
You know what? I mean, I called him up because I had an idea for this, and I called him up, and I was like, hey, man, what do you think about the tour together? And he was like, I said, we'll put some days at the same time and write a song, and, talk about like it is, blah, blah, and, he came up with a bunch of musical ideas, and it just sort of morphed out of thin air, I mean, everything is an idea, put the legwork in, and, so, he loved it, started rehearsing, and found out that it was easy, and now we're just doing it. I've been hearing a lot of talk from the grapevine from other promoters, looking at just that now they're going to try to steal the idea and do it. Other people, whatever, that's cool. We were here.
Oh, you're trendsetter. You're from Augusta, Georgia. Mm-hmm. My family's from Augusta. Leverett Road and Washington Road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't grow up there. I grew up in Los Angeles, born and raised.
Nice.
I have been to the mountains. 98, I'm sure you have.
What brings you here?
Taylor Hayes.
Okay.
I've been covering him for about a year and a half.
That's great.
Yeah, so it brought me here. I've been here for I think 2 months, almost 12. Alright, I just recently interviewed Candace Devine, which opened up to the Roxy.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do some writing on her next project. Did you guys ever get together?
We haven't yet, but we're gonna try to put some songs together maybe in late May, early June. It's tough right now because I got so many projects that I'm working on, and I'm about to do a Southern rock soul record in July. And we're actually going to put it out probably through the country market, but it'll be Southern rock, soul kind of record. So I'm working on that, and so I really just don't have a whole lot of time. I'm learning how to not be quite such a workaholic. And I got to make time for my marriage as well. So I tour a little less. I write a lot more music, and put out a lot more records, which is great. Spend a lot more time with my girl.
Is it hard to find the balance?
Not if you're looking for it. I'd be nowhere to look, I guess.
Now that you went to Mississippi State?
Ole Miss? Yeah, University.
Now, is that a party school, or I can just see you at a party school rather than...
It's a party school. I actually went to Ole Miss on a golf scholarship, so they paid for college. I mean, being from Augusta, Georgia, you can't help but play the game.
Yeah.
You'd have no friends if you didn't learn it. So, got good at golf, got on scholarship, started playing shows every Thursday, and started out in front of about 20 people. Next thing you know, there was 2,000 people every Thursday night coming to watch me play. I got a record deal because I was out there at Ole Miss, just getting on the internet, just putting my music out there on Napster, and next thing you know, I called my dad up my junior year of college, and I was like, Dad, I think I'm going to quit college. I just got a record deal. And he was like, all right, well, sounds like you've accomplished your goals. I was like, yeah, I don't need that diploma anymore.
So with Special Company, is that bridging album, meaning your new opening the doors to your relationship and new avenues?
Special Company is I'm probably most proud of that record because I produced it and I did it for my label, and it's one of the highest selling independent records in 2008. We sold 6 600,000 singles. And it was number 2 on the charts for the first 2 weeks. I mean, it's crazy. So that record was big for me. As far as the content, yeah, I mean, you know, I was writing about what was going on in my life, love for my girl, being scared about taking that next step. You know, I've always, you know, wanted to let people know how soulful I really am, and so that's why I put tracks like Tidal Wave and Masterpiece and all that on there. But that's really my bread and butter. It's always been soul music. I mean, when I was 17, I used to play with James Brown's side band called First One. Play guitar for them back in the day. And you know, James tried to sign me and my little brother when I was like 14. My dad was signing papers, but we were exposed to that style of music. Deep pocket, you know, it's full delivery.
Chitlin Circus aspect.
Totally.
Cool. Your label is D&K?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's based in New York, but you live in LA.
Well, it's in LA now, pretty much fully. You know, I had different teams of people working here and there, but mainly, you know, the label is actually just it's a way for me to facilitate my music. It has become a stronger label now. So I mean, people are always trying to get me to sign other artists and stuff, and I just don't know. I'm very self-centered. So the only reason that I took Brandon Wide on is because he's got the gift, that extra intangible X factor, and I couldn't just sit there and mess it up.
Yeah.
I said, you know what, man, I'll take him under my wing. We'll do this, and we'll set him free. So, you know.
Now, what about Alexa? Alexa on
Alexa
D&K?
Wilkinson's not on D&K anymore. We basically did the same thing with her. We were just trying to still have a place for her to live until she kind of got her feet wet. And now that she's got her career moving and grooving, you know, she doesn't really need D&K right now, you know.
What is your take on the indie aspect and going full stop compared to the major label?
I don't think it's basically what it is. We're all boys down to is that nobody ever tells an artist when they sign on the label that they're not your parents, they're your business partner. You know, so you don't have to. The real good way to look at it is they're your business partner. So whenever you know you're doing a business deal with basically what you can call like a bank, you know, it's great to have. You know, and I'm gonna be searching for a major deal for this next record, for sure. I mean, you can do it either way. It just depends on what you want. If you don't want too many fingers in your pie, then you're just going to have to do it independently. And I really needed to get that out of my system. I didn't like 30 people telling me what to do with my own songs that I wrote. So now that I've become, you know, a little older, a little more professional, a little more seasoned, I know exactly what I want and what I stand for. Now, when I actually merge with another business partner, aka label, it's going to be easier for everybody to be happier because I know exactly, you know, what it is to be me.
And they'll respect you more because you don't have been there, done that, got a t-shirt.
And on my own, I sold a bunch of records and that's a lot of money that they could have made. You know?
So don't think twice. Don't think nothing. I didn't think you
Yeah. I mean, I don't think people should be against labels.
Yeah.
I think it's uncool, but it's a great way to get your stuff out there with a lot more muscle. It just depends on how you want to do it. You know, I'd say, you know, when I always tell like young artists who, you know, ask me for advice and stuff, I say this like I'm like 50, I'm 23 years old, but I've seen a lot of it. So I always tell them, you know, really understand all the things you consume, because branding is a huge part of it. You know, whenever you start your career, I want you to look like that pretty much for the rest of your life, as far as like what you wear, you know, how you act, you know, and to know what kind of toothbrush you use. Say every product that you use, list them out on a sheet of paper, and that way it'll be easy for you to actually put your life in little categories, and when people come to you for things, you'll be like, no, I use Gillette, so see, maybe we'll do Gillette, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes it easier. So eventually, I just had this vision. Eventually, you know, I'll always make my records. I don't know if I would take the job or not to have a name on it. Eventually, I'll be asked to like help run a label or something. I always wonder if that's the real path that I want or not.
And as an indie artist, is it like, are you still that plateau of radio play, and is it still hard to like?
I've just been ready to write a hit song. You got a hit song. So it's got to be a great, great song. I I have a song, I have a bunch of songs for my next album that are very, very radio friendly, but also, still have their organic, squishy parts about it, but very singable songs. I know there's a couple that are hits. And so, I think I've realized now about getting better at writing. I learned a little something, and that I need to take myself to the next level, So hopefully I'll be showcasing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
What is the writing process for you? I mean,
whatever. I write down things that people say all the time, and little quotes or whatever, and then I just sit down with the guitar, sit at the piano, and I just start playing. And really the song just starts to write itself. There's no real set way, template on how I do it, It just, it's what I was born to do, sit down and the next thing you know, the song is done. And then I just go to my studio and I start recording.
How would you compare the living situation part from LA, New York, or Georgia, or is it just three different animals, or?
I love we live in LA, so I love being home. I love the weather. I love to play golf all year round.
Where do you play in LA?
Lakeside Country Club.
Okay. Do you play Rancho Park?
Play Rancho. I love Georgia. It's very humid, but it's cool. And I love living, life of the road, living on the bus. But it's getting a little harder now because, I'm just like, I don't really like the party as much as I used to. It's just like really get drunk up. But now I just sort of mellow and chill, and it actually, makes me miss my girl a lot, which I just miss her.
Oh, sorry. Now just a couple more questions. For the writing an album and scoring, you were doing the rock and roll stuff. What's the difference between what's the difference between the two? As far as like sitting down and focusing on making a consistent theme for an album and then taking a film.
You just gotta be you gotta really sink your teeth into what the movie is all about, and what is going to be, what kind of reaction do you want the audience to have, the viewer to have, and it's different. It's so visual. Music, it's audio. You can hide behind the audio.
Yeah.
When you're scoring your film, you can hide behind it.
Did you listen to any other composers like James Williamson or James?
Not really, because my lack of knowledge about the scoring world is, my knowledge is so bad about it that I figured, I'll just go in with whatever my instincts are, and that would be my thing. So I could like to do.
You always end up doing what? I'm a film major who has a magazine, so you never know where you'll end up.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for the photograph.
Such that you see, you are everything and more to me. I will let you be, 'cause I will. I said, baby, you're easy, to let you see. I want everything and more to you. Baby, let me see. 'Cause I will.